If you've ever wanted to feel like a pirate, travel to Townsville, a tropical city in Queensland, Australia, where there's a higher chance your mate from biology class has a boat instead of a car. While I loved embracing my new identity as an educated pirate, this particular story actually starts halfway through my abroad experience during a trip I took during lecture recess to Cambodia. And side note, I took all of the pictures in this presentation. For context, you should know I am a public health major, and I am extremely interested in tropical medicine, especially parasites and sexually transmitted infections. So you would think that before traveling, I would research endemic diseases and make sure my vaccinations are up to date. I am embarrassed to admit that wasn't the case, and even though I wore bug spray every night, I ran into the wrong mozzie, as the Aussies say. I was sick with dengue fever. And sick is an understatement. Let's just say that's the only time in my life I thought I was going to die. Dengue fever is transmitted only by female mosquitoes. I have a feeling I got bit at the airport as I was leaving the country. It's crazy how animals have evolved to spread diseases to humans. At first, symptoms start out alternating between chills and fevers. Suddenly, it's extremely painful to walk, and all you want to do is sleep. It gets worse though, as your skin turns bright red because of hemorrhaging, and you wake up in the middle of the night from a nightmare, or because your skin is so itchy. I was nervous because my parents were on the other side of the world, but at least I had access to Australia's top-notch healthcare. There's no medication you can take once you're infected. The doctor told me to drink water, but I was thankful I wasn't sick in Cambodia. After I was diagnosed with dengue fever, I received multiple phone calls from Queensland Health. The lady on the phone informed me about the symptoms, things I could do to expedite the recovery, and other questions to make sure the disease wouldn't spread any further. Although I was stuck in bed for a week straight, I was optimistic about my interaction with the Australian healthcare system. I've wanted to be an infectious disease scientist since high school, and I finally had the opportunity to talk to one. Once I was fully recovered, I dove back enthusiastically into my studies. Maybe it was a chemical change from the virus, but I began taking my studies very seriously, even my coral reef class that seemed especially irrelevant to public health. Instead of aiming to get the top grade in the class, I would approach labs with more of a group mindset. Somehow, my brain escaped the monotonous trap of following rubrics and only listening and not interpreting. This is a fish tank at the science place in JCU. Instead of leaving the data unanalyzed for a project on the effectiveness of different antimicrobial hand washes on different bacteria, I worked for hours plugging in numbers on Excel. I was itching to reveal the results of our experiment. Better than itching from dengue fever symptoms. Did I mention you can't eat either and you wake up with your bed drenched in sweat? I'm thankful Queensland Health was able to engineer some mosquitoes to prevent the development of the virus in their blood. Plus, the female can even pass it on to her offspring. The library also had a strategically designed mosquito catcher on display. Apparently, it was one of the first of its kind and drastically decreased the mosquito population in northeast Australia. I embrace public health because I believe everyone should have the right to clean drinking water, healthcare, sanitation, and education. I saw the Queensland government influence everywhere, from ads on my Instagram about STIs to ads on buses about elder abuse. I hope to move to Australia after I graduate from Tulane to work in the field of biostatistics. I'm not getting my hopes up, but I'd love to live right back where it all started. I guess they call it Magnetic Island for a reason. Another reason I want to move to Townsville is its prime location near the Great Barrier Reef, remote indigenous communities, and in the tropics. I hope to go back to school and get my master's in tropical medicine. The crocodiles, swooping magpies, and 9 feet snakes are worth the return to a country with a competent, reliable, affordable healthcare system. I want to receive the best medical education possible so I can bring back what I've learned to the US. I know my time at JCU is over, and I cannot thank the Office of Study Abroad and Anne and John Rossi enough for looking over my study abroad application and granting me a substantial scholarship. My future goals as a research scientist would not be set as high without your generous donation and support. And I'd like to end this presentation with a picture of me celebrating being dengue fever free. I'm drinking goon, the term Australians use for bagged wine. Was my liver ready for it? No idea. But hey, that's why I'm still in school. Thank you.